say something.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Let's get into it.
There we go. I'm good.
Okay. Let me just open up the document. There you go. Okay, so the first things first, we'll quickly go over the composition of the squad. So within the squad, you have, oh my goodness, I believe it is 11 people. 6 plus 3 plus 3. That's 12. I'm a fucking idiot. That's good. At least you know I can't do maths. So the basic composition starts with. Sorry, someone has an open mic.
Mike Shane.
How do I mute?
Do you have push to talk on, mate?
I do not believe so.
You have a mute button on your mic?
Does this work?
Yeah. So the squad is broken down into 3 elements. The first one, you have the able team. So the able team is the security team. So they comprise of the squad leader as well as the scouts. Generally, the scouts are going to be at the front of the formation, scouting ahead, drawing fire from the rest of the squad. So the squad leader can maneuver the Baker and Charlie teams into a more advantageous position. The Baker team comprises of the BAR gunner, the assistant, as well as the ammo bearer. Generally, everyone else will be working as buddy teams. However, the BA... Shame, mate. Recommend setting up a push and talk if you can.
I don't know how.
I go to settings.
Just mute your mic until you're called upon.
I am muted my mic.
Just come over here and I'll run you through it. Just step out off the side for a sec.
So generally, when we split off into buddy team, the BAR team.
Alright, so just alt tab out of the game.
Okay.
I won't.
Alright, I'm in the TeamSpeak.
Alright, so if you want to go to tools in the top, on the very top, you'll see an option that says tools.
Yep.
Once you go there, it should come a drop down menu. You should see a section that says options.
Yes.
Yep, so go into options.
Yep.
Once that loads, let me find it. You're going to want to go to an option on the left-hand side that says capture.
Capture?
Yep. Then you're going to see a section that says
push
activation, push to talk.
Yep.
Press on that. And then basically where it says,
hotkey
key
assigned
for push to talk, just set it to anything that you
what do you have
want
it set for?
not going to... yeah, so as a recommendation, I would say have something like caps lock, where you can easily attach it.
Got it.
While you're walking, if
Yep.
you need to.
Got it.
And then once you're done, hit apply in the bottom right-hand corner.
Yep.
And then press OK, and then it should take you back to the TeamSpeak. Then you can come back into the game, and then just reform up with the rest of the guys.
Alrighty. Thank you.
And now to talk, you just got to press whatever your push to talk button is
Yep.
to talk.
I got it.
Good, thanks.
Learn their voices as soon as possible so you know who to listen for in missions. Moving on.
User left your channel.
We'll just quickly go over the 3
User joined your
key
channel.
movement fundamentals. You have spacing, you have security, and you have buddy teams. Spacing. Right now, if we were in a line formation, our spacing would be incredibly poor. Spacing, you want at least, between 5 to 10 meters. I'm not sure what that's in yards for the Yanks. But around this distance from me to Nixon over there, if at all possible. The reason why we do this is due to incoming either grenades or artillery. One shell doesn't knock out the whole squad. It's important that whenever you're moving in formation or just moving around in general, you've got good spacing. Security. Besides the scouts, when you're moving in the formation, if you're not at the point of the formation, you're going to be generally either checking the left or the right flank of the formation. So it's important that we don't have all eyes facing front. We have a few guys watching left, a few guys watching right,
User
and
left
then
your channel. User
probably
joined your
the
channel.
ASL at the rear watching the rear. And then finally, we have buddy teams. Now, buddy teams are important because, especially in real life, it increases the accountability of the squad. If myself and Nixon are a buddy team and we're moving off, every time we are moving off, I'm looking to see where's Nixon. If he's not next to me, I know that he has probably gone down somewhere. That's up to me as his battle buddy to not let it get that far. I should always know where Nixon is. I should always know how he's going if we need to get more ammo. We're essentially our own team within the team. Just for some in-game kind of reasons, it also kind of ensures that as a battle buddy, you kind of have to be responsible for each other in terms of not lone wolf and making sure we kind of keep each other in line. Just a form of accountability. Do we have any questions on the 3 movement fundamentals? No questions? Awesome. We'll move right along. Okay, TFR. So we won't go over radios or anything like that, just because we don't use them for 99% of the missions. The one thing we do use is the different range of speech. So if you use left control tab, you can cycle through your different voice volumes. So you can go from yelling, you can go down to whisper. I won't go down to whisper. Actually, I will. Here we go. So now I'm on whispering. Can you guys still hear me from this close?
Carry scan.
Yes.
Barely or well?
Barely. It's probably about a 5. If you're speaking,
The drop-off
0
is
by 5.
Yeah. The drop-off is quite significant. Just a note, it doesn't increase how loud you are. It just increases what range people can hear you at. All good?
All good.
Okay. Let's move along to enhanced movement. Have all 3 of you already set up your enhanced movement key binding?
That's cool.
Shane wouldn't have because he hasn't.
Okay. So
This is
what
his
you
first
want to
time playing
do
Arma.
is you want to click escape.
Not my first. Just
You
not
wanna
very
go
good at it.
to- So click escape, go configure, controls. At the top where it says show, click the drop down button. Click on custom controls and then set up your use action 1. Whatever key binding you
Where's
want
the
to use.
custom? Oh, okay.
Custom
I got it.
bind, yeah.
Which one is it?
Use action 1.
What button should it be?
Any button that you want to use.
So
Just
for
make sure
me,
there
I have it
isn't
set.
too many overlap.
For me, I have it set to space, but I have disabled the default armor action key as space as well, so it doesn't interfere.
I put it as Y.
Okay. If it works, if you press Y now, by clicking it, make sure you click OK. Yeah. So that means when you come over this way, follow me, boys. This allows you to get over things that you wouldn't be able to normally vault over. You can jump the wall. Get over the wall, boys. Over the wall.
I'm gonna change my key binding for that. It does not feel good.
So what I've personally done is I've put that key to V, and I've changed my vault key to U.
Okay,
That's
hang
what
on.
I've personally done. That's enhanced movement. Pretty simple. It's such a useful tool in mission. Be able to jump over walls, get on top of buildings if need be. Is Cassidy still with us? Yeah,
Right here.
So does anyone have any questions so far? Or any comments, concerns?
Where do I find the thing that you replaced with?
I believe it'd be in movement.
Infantry movement?
Yeah.
What was it that we replaced?
Vol?
I can't really find that, so I don't know.
Step over at the very bottom.
I'm sorry, what?
It was step over at the very bottom of that infantry movement. If you want to fill around with key bindings, just do it at the end. We'll keep on pushing on. Try
Alrighty.
and do this as quickly as possible. Okay, and then we have ace interaction. So Carius and Cassidy, I'm assuming you guys have done all this kind of stuff before in terms of ace medical, ace interaction, all that kind of stuff.
Affirmative in spades.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I've done this thing like 10 times, so yeah, I'm pretty good with all this.
Sweet as. Okay, so we'll just quickly go over it for Sean. So if you use your Windows key,
Yes.
You see when you hold down the Windows key, you hover over my interaction at my belt, you should be able to join my group.
How do I join your group?
There you go, you just did.
Oh.
If you look at my shoulder and you hover over tap shoulder and then you let go of the button, it will tap me on the shoulder. So that's the other interact. You can also self-interact, and that is left control Windows key. So this one's important because in equipment, you want to be, at the start of each mission, you want to be putting your earplugs in, because if you're next to a machine gun or a rapidly firing gun, you become deaf. Just to show that you've got the key binding set up, can you please change your color to red?
How do you do that?
I don't know about. So you self-interact team management. Trust you and Cassidy are already proficient in this kind of stuff, so.
Okay.
Good. So you go left control Windows. Hover over team management. Hover over join red. There you go. Awesome. One final thing with ACE is the medical system. If you have it set up correctly, if you press the key binding of H for hotel over someone, or even by yourself, a little menu should pop up. Yes or no?
If he gets the hint
Hey,
stuff,
Fern.
on, he'll disable his hint bindings.
Affirm? Awesome. So, right now you should be looking at Sean in the top left. I'll tell you who the patient is.
User left your
Hey, Fern.
channel.
Essentially what this menu does is it's the all-in-one medical
User
system.
joined
So
your
if you
channel.
click on your right arm, and then in the top left it should say examine patient. You'll be able to check the pulse, you'll be able to check the blood pressure. Obviously you won't.
So I'm looking at my right arm. It's just saying select right arm.
If you click the button and then you go over to the top left where it says examine patient.
Oh, okay.
Right. So the way the medical system works is each limb, chest and head are a separate entity. If you want to work on the chest, you'll need to click on the chest to be able to start doing stuff to it. From there, as a basic rifleman, all you'll want to be doing is if you see your body is some sort of yellow or red, you want to click on it. And then you want to click on bandages / fractures. From there, there'll be options to choose what kind of bandage you want to use. So, for instance, you might click like a packing or elastic, depending on what kind of wound it is. If you have a wound on your limb, the first thing you want to be doing is applying a tourniquet, which you can do right now. Just a note with a tourniquet, if you leave it on for too long, obviously the point of it is to cut off circulation, so you'll start receiving pain eventually until it goes to severe. I'm not sure if it can knock you out though. But
It can.
just keep that in mind.
Eventually, if your pain gets to a too high a level, it will knock you out.
Well, there you go.
Especially if you use enhanced medical settings. Oh, advanced, sorry.
Okay. And then finally, there is one other option you won't be able to do right now, is if someone is unconscious and a medic tells you to perform CPR on them, you'll click on the torso and then you'll click on advanced treatments. And underneath that option, there will be a CPR, but obviously no one's unconscious, so you can't select that option right now. Any questions or concerns about the medical system, boys?
No.
I'd remove your tourniquet if I was you.
How do you do that?
Harris?
And when you put it on,
Very quick.
User left your channel.
Right click on the limb, go bandages and fractures, and then there'll be an option that says remove
User
tourniquet.
joined your channel.
I never put one on.
Click on the limb with the blue line.
I never put one on. I applied it, but it didn't go through.
Maybe just check your medical system, just double check.
I was gonna say, I'm looking at him now, he's got one on.
You see how it's got like a little blue armband on your person? That signifies that you got a tourniquet on.
There you go.
One final note on the medical system. If your battle buddy is down, you've got to make sure that they're in cover first off. So if Nixon is poking his head around the corner, he gets smacked. The job as his battle buddy is to quickly drag him into cover and then take up his firing position. If there's no contact, I'm dragging him into cover and quickly working on him while calling for a medic. Just make sure your battle buddy, if they go down, make sure that you drag him into cover so he's not going to keep on getting smacked by an enemy. If there are no questions, we can keep on moving along at this brisk pace. We'll be moving on to formations now. Okay, can everyone jump back over the wall? We'll set ourselves up on the road over here. Yeah. Okay. So remember, when we're setting up these formations, to keep in mind the 3 movement fundamentals. Just going from Carius, then to Cassidy, then to Sean, can you guys give me one of the movement fundamentals?
Facing.
Carius says cover, if I remember correctly.
Sorry?
Cover. Is cover one of them?
No. But should
I'm
be
thinking of the wrong
hopefully
lecture.
obvious. Yeah.
It'll be one of the common sense questions.
Facing.
So think of there's 2 S's and then a B. But we'll start with Cassidy then. Give you a chance. Cassidy 1.
Spacing.
Spacing is 1. Sean?
He took mine.
It's the other S. Yep, Karis?
Speed?
Were you just saying hello?
I was. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Speed.
So you have security. And then you have buddy teams. So
Never heard you referred that way.
just make sure that when we're moving, obviously things like cover and speed are going to be coming into it. But generally for most people, being able to match the speed in front of them is the general go with formations. In terms of cover, as we are moving along at like a wooded tree line, it's going to be best if you're moving like between the cover. But on the most part, it's going to be up to the scout to take us through a concealed route, if at all possible. Okay, so we have the different formations. So the first one we have is a line. So can we please form a line facing northeast on my right shoulder? Make sure you have spacing. So form it on the road. Yep. Perfect. Good spacing. Good. Yeah. It's pretty hard because you still need to hear me. So good spacing, and that was really quick. So good work forming that line. Can I please get a column on the right-hand side of the road facing northwest?
Really just turn 90 degrees left. No one has to move.
You got it. You got it, Carrius. Yeah. Can I please get everyone to form a staggered column? Second man, go across the road. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So those are the three kind of primary formations that you're going to be using within the first. As you can see, they also kind of link into each other very quickly. So each formation can quickly meld, as you've just seen, into the other formations. One other special spooky formation, if you have near a full squad, is if everyone just forms up on me, we'll go have a look at it. Form up on me, we'll go have a look at the squad diamond. So the diamond is a specialist World War II formation.
User
I
left your
guess
channel.
it was the forefather of the squad wedge,
User
where
joined your channel.
you'd have the two fire teams kind of in wedge behind. Instead, what they came up was the diamond. So at the front, down there, you have the two scouts. They're generally going to be at the front. They might even be even further at the front of the formation just to get better frontal security. You then have two buddy teams of the riflemen on either flank, providing either right security or left security. You have the ASL and then a grenadier at the rear of the formation, providing rear security. And then you have the BAR team with the squad leader in the center. The reason why they're in the center is if you take contact, they're rapidly going to redeploy to whatever flank needs them the most. So this formation is generally going to be used if you're kind of in this kind of open country. So, oh god, another dog's barking. This is going to be a fun morning.
I love it.
So obviously, French hedgerows, we're probably going to be taking them for the most part. If we do need to progress across open ground, we're either going to be in a line, in a squad diamond, or we might bound across, which we're up to now. But before we move into bounding, does anyone have any questions on any of the formations, what the uses are?
You said that you're in a diamond right now?
Several.
Sorry, Sean?
You're in a diamond right now?
So these fellas out there are in the diamond right now.
Okay. Name Shane.
Curious had a couple questions.
Shane, sorry, Shane. Sean is a girl's name, isn't it? Sorry, Shane. Carrius.
So, first question is, in this formation, are the riflemen on the outside, the buddy pairs, are they just the full riflemen within the squad, and is your automatic rifleman in the center of the formation?
So the Baker team, which has the BAR, the assistant, and the ammo bearer, those are the three guys in the middle, as well as the squad leader. The squad leader is going to be at the front of that column there.
Okay,
the
and your scouts are
rifleman...
up front.
Mhm.
Would the ASL be within this formation?
ASL's at the rear here, with one of the
Here.
grenadiers, and obviously another grenadier is going to be on one of the flanks.
Where would the medic be?
So, yep.
So the medic, if you have an assigned medic in the squad, they'll probably just be on the trail of the Baker element.
Okay. How would the Baker element respond to incoming fire compared to the
So-
squad wedge, which has the AR on itself in the fire team wedge.
Mm.
On
So
to tact.
So the way it works is, just say we get contact right flank.
Mm.
The right team will obviously
No,
set up
don't. They
facing
kill
the.
you.
We'll set up the direction. So if it's coming from the east, they'll start laying down fire. The squad leader from there will choose to either call that team to break contact back to the Baker team, or to send the Baker team out online with them to lay down suppressing fire. As soon, it's up for the rest of the teams at that stage to look to the squad leader to either hold position or to regroup on him to regroup, and then they can send out a maneuver team to try and knock out the contact from there.
Okay.
Obviously, as the squad diamond's going to be used in the field, most likely case will be telling the contacted team to break contact back to the Baker team, and then either continue breaking contact as a squad or to get a maneuver team from a covered position, if that makes sense.
User left your
Makes perfect
channel.
sense because I'm sitting here thinking if right flank Baker moves to engage,
User
you got the
joined your
scouts,
channel.
and then your left flank can swing around in a door, what I call a door hinge maneuver, and come on the flank of the contact if they're close enough.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
not, they can maneuver around that way, around the flank.
Obviously, a lot of this is going to be situation based, so it's kind of hard to give you like a broad overall question.
Oh yeah,
but
no formation survives first contact.
yeah. Any other questions, boys? Okay. So we'll move on to
got nothing.
bounding. Bounding. You have two kinds of bounding. You have alternating, and then you have successive. Can I please get Gonzalez and Dead? Can you guys are going to be battle buddies. You guys are going to line up at those sandbags over there. One man per sandbag. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to tell them what they're going to do. Okay, make sure you're on yelling. Let's see what they can do, so we can hear what their calls are. If you guys want to come closer. So right now they're showing us alternating. Notice how Gonzalez, and you might not be able to hear Dead's mic, but what they're saying is anytime they're moving, they're calling out moving. Anytime they're set, they're calling out set. And if they need to reload, they'll be calling that out. In terms of movement, do you see how one man goes to the first sandbag and then the person leapfrogs them to the next piece of cover?
User left your channel.
That's essentially what alternating bounding is.
User joined your channel.
What button did you say it was to mute the gunfire, or like deaften it?
The gunfire, you'll need to put your earplugs in.
Button is that?
So it's self-interact, so control windows, and then in equipment. Do you have earplugs?
Just put them on.
Awesome. Can I please get Cassidy and Carius? Can you guys take a sandbag each?
Which bounding are we doing?
Yep, so you guys are going to be doing successive.
Sure.
So are you both familiar with successive?
Affirmative.
Cassidy?
You want to go first, Curious?
Okay. So just like the last battle buddy team, make sure you're calling out when you're moving, when you're set, and when you're reloading. So I'll get you guys just to fire down at the house. Wait for me to call where the contact is before moving, okay? So you guys are going to be moving successive bounding. Okay. Contact, northwest, 200 meters. Cassidy,
Contact.
Carius, successive bound. Move up.
Hi, Carrie is moving.
So feel free to shoot.
Moving. Set.
Moving.
So you notice how they're doing everything the same,
Fast moving.
but instead of kind of
That-
leapfrogging,
They're moving
parallel
one
to each
sandbag
other.
at a time.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the difference.
Pounding.
We'll jog up to that last sandbag and meet them over there.
Set. Reload.
Moving. Oh shit, you're reloading. That.
Ceasefire, ceasefire, ceasefire. Oh no.
East
Oh no,
chest,
my
east
key
chest.
binding for ceasefire has been messed up. I'll need to change that. Okay. So, good work. I guess one thing that I've kind of learnt while being in World War II unit, in terms of reloading, I try to get my suppressing fire to kind of match up for when I'm about to move. So that I'm not reloading when I'm meant to be covering, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Just you got to reload while you're moving.
Exactly. Because
So that's
especially
what
when
I
you're running
always thought.
an 8-round clip, you want to make sure you're timing it to perfection. Otherwise, you're going to leave your buddy without cover.
Yeah, most
so
people.
Sorry, can I butt in with bounding?
Of course.
Just a sec. So just remember with bounding, it's not just a buddy or maybe just in a squad element. There are times where you will do it in a platoon element as well.
Yes.
But that's up to the squad leaders to kind of plan that shit.
Yes, Dave, mate, I love your breathing. It's very, very sensitive.
Oh yeah,
but-
sorry, I gotta fix
Also-
my RTX voice or whatever. My
Yeah,
bad.
all good, mate.
Never get like that's the perfect case. Never have a perfect case. There's always something that fucks up.
Yeah, and obviously you won't have cover, like, into
You
space
won't
so
have
perfectly.
open sandbags.
So, for instance, if we were bounding across this open field, which we might have to do again to an advantageous position, or the maximum you really want to be running is about 20 to 30 meters. So a good, like, little phonetic kind of way to remember it is as soon as you're moving, you're saying, I'm up, they see me, I'm down. Exactly. If you need to
Give it
take
6
cover,
seconds.
yeah, exactly. As soon as you hit the dirt, you probably want to also do a little roll. Because the AI are fairly smart in armor, surprisingly enough. I know they don't feel like it sometimes, but they have the capacity to be pretty smart. So make sure as soon as you hit the ground, you might do one quick roll just to make sure you're in a different firing position to where the crowd last saw you. Any questions on bounding or anything like that? Good communication, good movement, by the way, boys.
What was the name of the first one?
The first one was alternating, or you might call it leapfrogging.
Okay.
Last one was successive. Okay. Scrolling down. Okay. Now we're on to the fun bit. We're on to the map reading.
Okay.
Okay. So we've picked the perfect map for terrain reading because, as you can see, it's extremely hilly. A lot of spurs, a lot of defilades all around us.
Hey.
So I'll quickly just draw like a little sample hill just because this made's. Can you guys see that as one group?
See what?
Because the
Side.
map doesn't even show like topography or anything.
Yeah, that's the point.
This sucks. I hate this map.
If you guys look up and you kind of zoom in so it looks like a really, yeah, just zoom in a little bit. If you look up the top there, you should see a small little mound. It's been crudely drawn by a 5-year-old. What you're looking for in terms of terrain is how close together these lines are. So as you can see, the lines are relatively close together. That's only a 5-meter drop though, so it's like a shallow little mound that kind of goes up in the middle of that field. So generally, you're looking for spot heights, which, as you can see here, there's a 176. they generally indicate what is the height at that particular terrain. And from there, you can base how many lines difference there are between you and the point, and that's how you judge the height there. So if you zoom in really close, you see the 176 here. You can also see there's 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines. So I'd say at this point here, the GGG marker. Oh, sorry, I had to zoom in even closer to be able to see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'd say that's dropped down by 6 meters there. So that should be a spot height of 170 meters above sea level. I know this is a really shitty map to try and explain this kind of shit on, but yeah, it is. There's not much going for it. As you can see, there is a lot of natural terrain. So as you can see, you got the forest, you got the hedgerows, and you'll also have waterways which are pretty obvious. So those are the kind of natural landmarks that you're looking for. In terms of man-made ones, these are going to be... Daniels, can you please stop with the zooming right now, mate?
User left your channel.
In terms of man-made objects, this is going to be your bread and butter.
User
this is
joined
what
your
you want
channel.
to be
User
using
in
to
your
try
channel
and
timed out.
ascertain what your location is. So as you can see, we're at Bordeaux Village here. You can see how it has the buildings. Buildings are pretty obvious on how to spot on the map. Other key things that you want to be looking for in terms of man-made objects on the map are the roads. On this map, I believe there are 3 kinds of roads. You have dirt tracks, you have paved 1-lane roads, and then you have paved 2-lane roads, which is the MSRs
User
that
entered
kind
your
of cut,
channel.
that intersect the map. So, if I look around, the kind of things that I'm looking for are roads, buildings, and if incredibly necessary, are fences. So if you guys zoom in on your maps to the crossroad to our south, you guys should see at this intersection here, you see how there's those little black lines next to the roads there? Those indicate little fence lines there that I believe those are like fairly big wooden fences there. As you can see in the buildings next to us, they have rock walls next to them and they're indicated on the map. So, for example, that building there has a fence line moving along it. So, can everyone tell the difference on the map between a dirt road, a paved single lane road, and then the double lane road? Is anyone confused as to what I mean by those kind of 3 different kinds of roads? No
I'm
confusion.
starting to
Okay.
think about it. I think I found out what they are.
So as you can see, right next to us is what kind of road? Chain.
I'm trying to find this on the map real quick. Hang on.
Fuck up.
Currently at the...
Grid 024.
Advanced mechanical keyboard.
We're at Laline. We're at Laline.
We're at Bordeaux Village, near the start marker.
Oh, okay. We're at the top.
Yeah.
So this looks like a single dirt road.
This is a single paved road. If you follow the map, you see where I marked that marker dirt. You see how much narrower, how thin it is. It's also a slightly different color.
That's dirt. Okay.
Yeah. And then the MSR, which is a double lane road, is pretty obvious. It's that much darker yellow.
Alrighty.
Okay. So just make sure roads are definitely going to be your best friends in terms of locating yourself. Make sure that when you're trying to locate yourself, that the road is going the right direction. So as you can see, this road is going from southeast up to the northwest, and that matches the road that goes through Bordeaux Village. Obviously, if I thought we were at the AT range, that's a north to south road, isn't it? That kind of goes up and down there. Important to ascertain what direction the road is going. But we'll kind of, if we have any issues with this kind of land nav kind of stuff, we'll cover it in a minute. We'll just quickly go over how to read a grid reference. So it's extremely simple, especially when it comes to a six-liner. So reading the grid reference where the start marker is at, you have to read it from, you have to learn to crawl before you walk. So you read the x-axis before you read the y-axis, and you always read the smaller of the two numbers that are in between. So as you can see, the start marker is between 024 and it's between 025, which means that you'd always take the smaller of the two numbers. So the x-axis is 024. Then you read the y-axis, and it's between 990 and 991, taking the smaller of the two, meaning the full grid reference is 024990. Are there any questions on reading a 6-line grid reference?
Nope.
Okay, we'll quickly just get one example from everyone. Carius, what grid reference is the fountain at LaCroix in? Marked.
Marked 010980 and 1.
Say again, sorry, you went very faster.
Grid ref 010980 at
Correct.
probably 1, 2.
Yeah. Obviously, keypads are, or 8 lines.
Oh, sorry,
Keypads,
I'm
I'd
so
say.
used to that.
Yeah,
My bad.
keypads are good in terms of, that's why I usually use, just to give that extra bit of detail. 8 lines can confuse people, so.
Yeah,
Cassidy,
former FO.
So the only
Cassidy,
time you
can
need to use 8
please
lines.
tell me where the grid reference starting point B is at?
You said starting point B?
Up down the bottom.
Alright, gotcha. 01766.
Make sure you see which points it's between, and you always go to the smallest number.
Alright. 016967.
So it's 966 because the starting point Bravo is between 967 and 966, and you always take the small of the two numbers. So it'd be 016966.
Gotcha.
And then Shane, can you please tell me what grid reference? Not too much. Rue Bocage, the actual town name of Rue Bocage is that? Mark.
017992.
Shane?
Sorry, I accidentally didn't press the button. 017992.
So the way reading grid references work, you always say each individual number. So 017, and then what was those last three numbers there?
992.
Okay. And once again, the same kind of issue. You see how Rue Bocage is between
Oh, it's 991. My bad.
and 991? Yeah. So you just got to make sure, because on some maps they might be switched. That's why you've always got to look to see which number is the smaller of the two.
Darn
I
you.
know I've been caught out multiple times by that map maker just having fun
With
with
grid
us.
with grid references, you just gotta be careful. Yeah, like Hardy was saying, sorry, like the corporal was saying, because if you're a grid or 2 grids off or anything like that, it can definitely change your position and terrain that you're involved, like you're dealing with, and also like you could be completely off from the area. Because you got to realize we don't use like Blue Port tracker, so we can't see where you are. You have to rely on that land nav, so you got to make sure that you know this. If anything.
Exactly. Does anyone have any questions on any of that?
Are you always going to have the little circle drawn at that area when in the main missions?
What little circle? Talking about this red
So
circle?
like at the very top when you were doing that mountain spot.
It's too long. Sorry, I can't hear you over the tank.
So when you were doing that little mountain spot, you drew black circles around the spot and
Okay,
everything.
right, yeah. Are you talking about like the things at the top here that I drew before?
Like, yeah, the area to let us know where they were. Like, are you going to put that on there, and then we have to go really to get grid coordinates in the main ops and mini ops?
So the way it would generally work is, well, as a rifleman, you don't really have to worry about that kind of thing. Usually it's going to be up to the scouts, squad leader, ASL to make sure you guys are in the right direction. It's just a good skill for you guys to have.
I'm going to try and become a scout.
Of the black circle, like someone drawing it for you to tell you what location, it's pretty much going to be the opposite. You're going to be the one who's letting everyone know where we are. It's up to you to kind of draw the circle in the group chat to let everyone know, okay, we're here. We're at grid reference 017991. If you're asking whether or not we draw shit on the map, yes we do, especially at the start of the missions. But beyond that, we're not like marking out, oh, there's a tank here. So it's kind of, the most part, it's kind of a little bit cheap. Does that answer your question?
I guess in a way, yes.
If you'd like me to
It's the scout thing is what I needed to know, that it was part of the scout.
Yeah, so the scout needs to be able to draw the circles for themselves. You won't
So-
have you'll have a squad leader who says, Shane, I need you to go scout at the town of Rubicage, and that's what you'll be given, and then the scout is going to go off and scout that location. Won't be
So
anyone
when
like
it
really
comes
drawing
to-
circles.
Yeah, when it comes to scout stuff, that we do have another separate course that you will need to complete, but you can still fill in that role. You're basically just a glorified rifleman until you complete that scout course. At least that's from what Ortiz has told me, so. Hardy can correct if I'm wrong.
You can fill in, but you'll still have to take the course and the test.
Yeah.
If you have any more questions about the scout thing, though, we'll save it to the end.
Yeah.
Keep on pushing through. Okay. Daniels, are you still currently in Zeus or not?
What's up? Huh? I was just watching.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Just give me 1 second. I'm going to teleport us to a location. So what's going to happen is I'm going to teleport us all to a location. It's up to you guys to try and ascertain what location I've teleported us to. When you figure that out, come over to me and
User
tell
left
me
your channel.
what grid reference we are at. So stand by for teleportation.
User joined your channel.
I was gonna say, if you highlighted everyone and just press Control, you could drag us all into one squad.
So everyone.
Yeah, so if you highlight everyone with Zeus and then hold Control and then like drag to yourself, it'll add everyone to a squad under you.
Ed and Cassidy are still at the spawn.
Right.
I'll teleport them real quick. Unless you go.
I'm not sure if you can see my hand, Hardy, but I have the grid drift whenever you're ready for receiving grid drifts.
I can't see it right now. Just give me 1 second to bring Dead up.
Oh, you're fine. Take your time.
Should be relatively. It's a good one
Okay,
to do.
yeah,
I
I
enjoy
just-
this location. Okay, so
I
was
was
that
up
Cassidy
again.
or Carius?
No, it's Carius.
Over here.
Make sure I'm whispering when you do it too.
Figure it out, Shane.
Figure what out?
Land up.
Don't say.
Oh, where we are.
Yeah, so
We're
if you
at
look on the- if you
0.
look-
We're at 0. Oh wait.
hang on.
What's a Hardy?
You need to go over to Hardy,
Yeah,
which
I go
is
Hardy.
direct south if you got.
Where the hell is my dot?
Nice dirt.
Let's see here. So we're on a dirt road next to a village.
Also keep in mind these two smaller dirt roads.
Okay, so we have a cross section on our left and on our right. No fences.
Hey Daniels,
Yeah.
you have Achilles, yeah?
Yes.
You have me to Zeus as a curator, please.
Who dead? Who's it? Or
Nixon.
Nixon? Nixon.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know who was talking. How did you?
There you go.
Found it. Yep.
User left your channel.
We are at 027973.
User joined your channel.
Yeah, I'll pay that. Yep. Just on the top bit there, the bottom bit of that grid reference. Yep. Awesome. That's everyone. Good work. I had confidence in this group. Vast confidence, and it's been proved right.
In the middle of the
I didn't know I was supposed to be doing that. That's why it took me so long.
All good. All good. Give me 1 second. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, cool. So we've got 2 things left to go, and then we'll be done. Okay. First things first, we have reacting to contact. So when... Oh. Why's my guy doing that? Okay. So reacting to contact. So just say we are in a staggered column walking down this road. And we receive contact from the village of... I'm not even going to try and slaughter that name, but you'll know where we are. And we take machine gun fire coming from the town. First thing I am doing is I am hitting the dirt. I quickly look around me to see if there's any cover, and say I don't have pointing on, damn it. Just say I'm a little bit up the road, so I can't duck into the hedgerows to my left or my right. What I immediately think is, where's the best covered position for me? And I think where Cassidy. what do you think would be my best course of action? Take cover.
If we're taking contact from which way?
From that first building in the town.
Well, the first step would be to make sure that you head to the either left or right ditch, depending on which one you're closer to. Then you're going to want to call out the contact. After that, you're going to want to get your weapon ready, aim it, and start firing.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm looking to dive into one of the ditches. Next thing I do, as Cassidy said, is trying to call out the contact. And if I'm a scout, which I don't think I have the class here, but the scouts actually have tracer ammunition. So they'll be trying to light up trace ammunition what location they're taking fire from. But as we're this close, it should be immediately obvious. So now that the whole squad has taken cover, most likely either in a ditch or maybe behind that hedgerow there, you gotta, that's when you are
User left your
laying
channel.
down fire. So as soon as you're
User
in a
joined
covered
your
position,
channel.
you're laying down suppressing fire, listening for the squad leader or ASL to give the order to either form a line somewhere, to flank, to break contact, one of those kind of things. So it's important that the first thing you do is take cover, call out the contact, as well as returning fire to get those Germans to start putting their own heads down. And from there, you're pretty much listening for the squad leader for orders on what to do from there. Any questions on reacting to contact there?
Wouldn't that thing right over here, right over there, like
Hedgerow there? Can't hear you from over there, Shane.
I wasn't saying anything. I'm just saying like wouldn't right there be a good spot? Wouldn't right there be a good spot?
Yeah, exactly. So if you're in like the back half of the section, that's probably where you'll be going to. But if you're like where Daniels is, where I was kind of talking about, where you kind of don't have that luxury, the first thing you'd be doing is ducking into that ditch, and from there, the squad leader is probably going to tell you to break contact behind that hedgerow. This hedgerow here is a brilliant firing position. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Oakley Dokley. We're now on to the final part of the test. Let me just... Don't. Nixon. One second. I'm just going to...
User left your channel. User joined your
So can
channel.
everyone still hear me?
Affirm.
Awesome. So we're up to the final bit of the training for today, and that is the
User
land
left your
navigation
channel.
test. So
User joined your channel.
the way this is going to work is, where is he there? Problem more. Okay. So I will be teleporting each one of you guys to one of the starting points. So either starting point Abel, Baker, Charlie, Charlie, or Dog.
User
Your
left your
objective
channel.
is within 30 minutes is to get to
User joined your
rally
channel.
point Dog. So you're moving from one of the starting points, whichever one you're assigned to, get to RP Dog. You'll have 30 minutes to complete this.
Wait, are you TPing me?
I'll be teleporting each one of you to a separate location, so you'll be
And
working
where are
by
we going?
yourself to rally point Dog.
Is that on the map?
Yeah, so RP Dog.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah. So when you're moving, it's important that you are avoiding kind of like obvious areas of where you might be spotted. So obvious areas are going to be towns, are going to be roads, and it's going to be clearings.
User left your channel.
So if I was coming from starting point Dog, first off I establish which one I've been teleported to. I then take a minute to try and path out, either I put it in group or direct chat or
User
something
joined your
like that,
channel.
and I draw out what path I want to take. So for instance, I think as shitty as it is, I think I would have to go maybe something like this. And then kind of, obviously at some stage you might have to go near a road. My recommendation is, first off, don't be right on the road. Try and shadow it from as like far a distance as possible, so you don't immediately get spotted by any guys who might be on the road. And the other point would be at Shane's location marker, there's a big crossing there. So it's important that you just take your time, there's no rush, you make sure you are not going to get spotted from any direction, and you quickly sprint into that next hedgerow. And then you can shadow it from off the road in that hedgerow area there.
User left
to
your
RP
channel.
Dog. That's how I would go from starting point.
User joined your channel.
But as long as you're trying your best to try and take a safe approach, you should be all good. Remember, 30 minutes, don't get spotted.
We're
This
heading for
town
RP
here... Sorry?
Just to confirm, we're heading for RP Dog?
Correct. The town of Mesnil Bocage is full of AI Germans for the scout force. Avoid it at all costs. Apart from that, are there any questions?
So we're gonna have AI enemies trying to shoot at us.
If you avoid this town, you'll have no problems. Because those are
Which
pre-placed
town?
enemy for the map. Mesnil Bocage. It's got a red circle around it.
Okay.
There may also be Germans on the roads in cars trying to scout you guys out. So don't shoot those ones. What you want to be doing is avoiding contact at all possible, because if you engage one German, there's a lot more of them than there are you. So if there's no further questions, I'm going to begin teleporting people. When you arrive at RP Dog, make sure you type into side chat that you are at RP Dog. Is everyone
Where's
in
the chat?
side chat right now? If you click
Carry
full stop
technologist.
or I'm not sure, period button, is that American? If you
That's
click
command
period,
chat.
Oh, for
so if you
changing
press
channels?
it multiple times,
Greater than
Oh,
or
okay,
changing
it's-
channels.
and then to chat, it is slash button right next to it.
Yeah, that's what I found out. He said side channel.
Yep, side or global, doesn't really matter.
Alrighty.
Actually, go global, boys. Go global. Go global chat, please. Everyone, just give me a quick test, and as soon as you've tested, I'll teleport you.
User left your channel.
Adventure time!
User joined your channel.
Do you guys want me to tell you which one you're going to, or would you like it to be a surprise?
Surprise.
Surprise for Carius?
Carius cares.
Shane, Cassidy, do you guys want surprises? Or
Surprise.
be told? Surprise for Shane? Cassidy? Unmute yourself.
Can I bring Nixon along as a buddy? At least just to talk to about, wars against animals?
Cassidy?
Yep.
Can anyone hear him? He might be on whisper.
Cassidy.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I hear him.
Would you like
Can
it
you
to
hear
be
him,
a surprise, or would you like it to be a... like to know?
Make it a surprise. Keep things interesting.
Okay, here we go. As soon as you get teleported, you can think about what path you want to go, and I'll say start when the 30 minutes starts. Here we go.
It's to the west. So if I'm over there, just keep going here.
User left your channel. User joined your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel.
If I keep going into the city, up to the next dirt road.
User left your channel. User joined your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Don't.
I died.
So, let me see if he's actually dead. Yep, he's dead.
User left your channel.
Am I good?
So, yeah. So so what they
User
were
joined
trying
your
to
channel.
say was, so they probably. I assume that they spotted you around the main road there.
Yeah, they did.
So you did make the right decision in trying to come back along the road. However, you see these like little gaps, all these little gaps that you ran past.
Yes.
So I would have, at the first possibility, I would have ducked through one of these and hit the dirt.
User left your
So they
channel.
couldn't see me. So
I
as
couldn't
they
see
drive
him.
past-
I couldn't see him until it was too late.
Yeah. So as soon as as soon as I thought I was spotted, I'd be trying to get into a really concealed position as fast as possible.
You were standing in the middle of the main
Yeah.
road.
So
Okay,
and then
next time.
when you're running along this road, just make sure you're not along the road. Be next to it.
Yeah.
Like you see how we're protected
On the
from
other
you
side
from
of
the
the
road
hedge
now.
or something.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Alrighty.
Okay, cool. Keep on going, mate.
Party, by the way.
Yep.
We have a known visitor.
Where?
If you look to the southwest.
Southwest.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see him.
Carrier, stand up.
Scared.
Look
Yeah,
look
he's
at
on
southwest.
He's on the you'll see him. He's on the other side of the hedgerow, just sitting there. Saw him when I
Am I good to keep going?
Yep, you can keep on going.
User left your channel. User joined your channel. 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 User left your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel. User in your channel timed out. User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Is it? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
User joined your
Shame.
channel.
Oh, there we are.
Hear me
Okay.
now?
Yes.
Sorry. Do you think we're at the location?
I believe so.
Okay. And what starting point do you think you started at? Did you go to... You started
030 not 972.
972. There's no starting position there. That's what you just told me there.
Well, all I know is that like I started in a big field that was
So
separated 3 times.
there's only 4 starting points. So you have to either be at starting point Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, or a dog. And only one of those things match your description. Do you see what I'm talking about with the starting points?
No. Oh, yes.
Done? Right.
Starting point Delta, I think, is where I was at.
Yeah.
User
So
left your
if
channel.
you've started there, have you gone
User
across
joined your
the
channel.
road yet here?
Yeah, that's how I found out where I was going, because I followed the road downwards. Because I went upwards to the north, and then I went west till I hit the main road. Then I went down into the village, got spotted by the German. And then I went west down this little road right here.
Have you been going west or east?
So I went from here, I went up here, I kept on going to the sides, found out that it was not ending, and then I decided to go west, because I thought I found out where I was. I ended up hitting the road, then I went down, and down to the west again.
User left your channel.
Right. Okay, let's stick together.
User joined your channel.
So right now,
I mean, the only way that I think that I knew it was here was because of this curly road.
so where is the building then? If we're at RP Dog,
That I cannot find out. I
It's
thought
a
that was
big
water.
barn. Yeah, so that's a big barn there.
Well, crap.
Shane?
User left your channel.
Trying to find out
Look,
where
User
I
joined
am.
your channel.
The crow flies. Wait, look, this is where you are right now.
You're kidding.
Yeah. So when you got spotted at the crossroad there, you went east instead of west. So you've been going east this whole time. You've got about 10 minutes. If I was you, continue trekking west until you hit that road. And you can hopefully set up
Alrighty.
from there, okay? Good luck, mate. I believe in you.
User left your channel. User joined your channel. 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 User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Yeah. See here?
User disconnected from your channel.
Alright. You made it.
Jump through the window. Oh, we can't jump through these, right? I don't think you can.
So Shane, if you just jump out.
Awesome, mate. Good work. Just in the nick of time. Okay. So
Would have
you
had
a
it
chance
sooner.
to look at the
Would have had
roster?
sooner if I was there. If I just went down a little bit further.
Yeah. Have you had a look at the platoon roster yet?
No.
So if you open up TeamSpeak, at the very top channel you have unit information.
What do you mean? Oh, yes.
Who win? Who win?
Do you see that channel?
Yes.
Do you guys want to assault this town afterwards since it's set up?
Shane?
Yeah, sorry, I forgot that I need to press caps lock.
Responsibilities and stuff.
So inside unit information, you should see inside the channel itself, it says
A doc.
unit roster. It has
Yep.
a link. Yeah. So if you open that up,
Oh, wow.
you have three options.
User left your channel.
You can choose to
User joined your channel.
take any slot.
User left your channel.
Hmm.
User joined your channel.
It was me who's changed. That's why. Okay.
What? Bro,
So you can
there's
take
two
these.
riflemen about to shoot at you guys. Oh my god, no.
I can take what?
So you can take any
Yeah.
slot that's open. So you see how first squad has a few open.
Yeah, they're AI that just came over here before they saw Shay.
You also have a lot of the third squad that has open positions there.
Shoot
You can
at
take
them,
any spot that says open.
because they're going to kill Hardy and Shay.
The other options you have are
There's another
either
one
go
behind the hedge.
reserves or
He's behind the
unslotted.
hedgerow. Shoot him.
I want to do the scout rifle.
I can't get him. I don't
Scout
have him on
rifle
my face.
for
Where's it going?
Third squad able.
third squad. Roger that. So what's your name going to be in unit? Is it S something?
S Dooley.
He's not on my interface.
S. Dooley.
Like that?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'll get you to do is make sure you change your name in your TeamSpeak bookmarks in game
Don't know how.
as well as on Discord to PVTS dually. Kind of like
Don't know how.
you don't know how to do what, you don't know how to change it in your bookmark?
Yes.
Okay. So first step is open up bookmark in TeamSpeak.
1 second, let me get the TeamSpeak.